Disastrous Necromancer Chapter 55 Skill Upgrade. I remember you Xiajing City, outside the main body of the Trial Tower. Meng Anwen is the master of the Trial Tower, and he is working hard to restore the rules of the battle space. Several people looked at the Trial Tower with worried faces. The longer the time dragged on, the more dangerous the candidates in the battle space would be. Suddenly, Meng Anwen uttered a small gasp. Bai Yuan asked in a deep voice, "What's wrong?" Meng Anwen said, "The interference from the power of the abyss has been greatly weakened." Bai Yuan's expression turned very ugly in an instant. Could it be that all the examinees inside are dead? Meng Anwen sensed it carefully. "No, I can feel a lot of life breath inside, which is the breath of our human race. The breath of the abyssal demon's consciousness has become very weak, and he is injured." The abyss demon consciousness enters the battle space and uses the power of the abyss to disrupt the rules of the battle space. In a disguised form, the battle space was blocked. In that case, who can hurt him? Based on those candidates who only have 15 and 16 grades. Bai Yuan didn't believe it at all. In his imagination, the battle space is very large. If the candidates can make good use of it, they may survive for an hour until they come to rescue. But it is impossible to counter-kill the opponent. Even if the opponent is just a consciousness, it is impossible. In the fighting space, a large number of Furlan orcs gave up their goal and started rushing towards Lin Moyu. The shadow on the blood moon roared. "I am going to kill you. I want to eat your flesh and drink your blood." He already sees Lin Moyu as a thorn in his side. Even forgot today's mission, lost his mind, and just wanted to kill Lin Moyu. A large number of Farron orcs infected by the power of the abyss rushed towards Lin Moyu. The skeleton warriors quickly formed a battle line to block them. How high is the attribute of the skeleton warrior? As high as 5,000 four-dimensional, far exceeding the same level. Even if it is infected by the power of the abyss, and its attributes reach the level of the enhanced elite monster, it is still far inferior to the skeleton warrior. And Lin Moyu commanded the skeleton warriors to carry out spot kills. More than a dozen skeleton warriors surrounded and killed one at the same time. Just a few seconds before and after, another Filipino orc warrior was killed. Boom! The explosion sounded again. Exploding corpses is a magical skill, and Lin Moyu uses it time and time again. Suddenly, Lin Moyu noticed a change in the corpse burst skill. Corpse explosion, level 2, detonate the corpse, causing damage equal to 15% of the corpse's HP to enemies within 2 meters. After acquiring the skill, the corpse that never changed exploded. It was upgraded at this moment. Range changed from 1 meter to 2 meters, damage changed from 10% of health to 15%. Seems like little has changed. Cooperate with the talent of comprehensive increase. Within a range of 40 meters, damage of 300% of the corpse's HP. Just by raising one level, the skills have actually been turned upside down. It seems that repeated use of skills and proficiency in skills can increase the skill level. In addition to the natural skills acquired by changing jobs, the skills acquired by using skill scrolls later must be upgraded in this way. This is very similar to life-related and auxiliary skills. The roar continued, and after the range expanded, the corpse burst became more useful. In a blink of an eye, there was no longer a standing Farron orc beside Lin Moyu. Even the shadow on the blood moon was silent. There was a hint of a smile on the corner of Lin Moyu's mouth. He is shining. The whole body is shrouded in a layer of faint white light. He's upgraded. Lin Moyu's upgrade has attracted the attention of many people. Only then did they realize that they had experience in killing these monsters infected by the power of the abyss. He actually used this kind of monster to level up. So, he has the ability to solo a nightmare-level dungeon. This guy is amazing. Lin Moyu, which province's genius is it? Fortunately, there is him, otherwise we would be dead. Many people whispered, and many people looked at Lin Moyu with adoration in their eyes. Lin Moyu looked up, the blood moon was still there, and the shadow was still there. Looks like he can't go. With a thought, this time there were 5 corpses of Furlan orcs thrown up. Immediately afterwards, the skeleton warrior hugged Lin Moyu again and jumped up. The shadow and the blood moon seemed to realize that he was in trouble. Surprisingly, he didn't yell, but let out a cold laugh. Your name is Lin Moyu. The king remembers you. When you come to the abyss, this king will entertain you well. Lin Moyu smiled lightly, but did not speak. Corpses fly to the blood moon. The corpse exploded. Amidst the violent explosion, the black shadow let out a final scream and was blown out. The blood moon shattered like a mirror and dissipated into the air. The battle space also returned to normal. Outside the trial tower, Meng Anwen was surprised again. The consciousness of the abyss has been wiped out. The battle space has returned to normal. The children are safe and there are no injuries. Bai Yuan also showed an unbelievable expression. The development of the matter was completely different from what he expected. At his level, there are not many things that can surprise him. Can you backtrack? Bai Yuan wanted to know what happened in the battle space. Meng Anwen said, yes. Bai Yuan said in a deep voice, well, this is not urgent. Send the children back first, just in case. Good. In the battle space, the blood moon dissipated, and the earth was returning to normal. Xia Shui asked softly, Boy Lin, are you all right? At this time, she still had lingering fears, and her face was slightly pale. The previous incident was too scary. If it wasn't for Lin Moyu, she would have died already. Lin Moyu nodded, it's all right. Although there was no words of consolation, this answer was enough to reassure Xia Shui. In the battle space, all the candidates were still in shock at this time. Just now when the film orcs chased them down, they also fled, unable to fight against them at all. Fortunately there is Lin Moyu. Baishan's voice sounded again. Candidates, the power of the abyss has disappeared, and the battle space has returned to normal. You will be sent back to the original examination room, and the test results will be announced later. Disastrous Necromancer Chapter 56. No suspense. Provincial champion Lin Moyu appeared at the entrance of the trial tower. Xia Shui, Suimei, Wang Zihao, and Feng Xiu also appeared. The entrance to the trial tower has been closed. The main battle class exam is over. Candidates, please rest where you are and wait for the final points evaluation. The examiner's voice resounded throughout the audience. No one leaves, and the final grades are announced shortly after the big exams, as happens every year. Candidates are looking forward to it. For main combat professionals, the score consists of 2 parts. One is points. The second is evaluation. Some top institutions of higher learning have requirements not only for occupations, grades, and points, but also for evaluation. The higher the ranking, the higher the requirements. For example, Shajing Academy's requirements for the main combat occupations are basically level 15 and above, and more than 10,000 points. The evaluation must be at least excellent. For the rest of the top 20 universities, the rating points are relatively loose, but the evaluation must also be excellent. If you want to be admitted to a top university, evaluation is very important. If the target is just an ordinary institution of higher learning, then the evaluation is not so important. Just enough points to reach the standard. For candidates who have not entered the battle space, the evaluation will be given by the examiners of each province. Candidates who have entered the battle space will be evaluated by the upper management of the Xinxia Empire. For the Xinxia Empire, candidates who can enter the battle space are all geniuses and need further attention. In Shajing City, Meng Anwen, Bai Yuan and several other top powerhouses of God Xia Emperor are retracing the events in the battle space. They have noticed all the performances of Lin Moyu and other candidates since they entered the battle space. This year is a little bit special. Due to the invasion of the abyss, the battle space experienced a huge change. They pay more attention to it. In the backtracking, Lin Moyu came into their sights. It turned out that he was the one who turned the tide, which is amazing. Necromancer, I heard about this profession before. It is a brand new profession that appeared in the #1 middle school in Shihai City, Jiangning Province. That's right, I originally wanted to pay special attention to him in this big exam, but I didn't expect him to be so strong. Not only is his profession strong, he must have awakened his talent, and his talent is also very strong. His career has completely surpassed those of his peers. This kid has a very good heart. Calm, decisive, and strong enough professionally, this kid already has the conditions to become a top powerhouse. Complimentary words flew out of their mouths one after another, all falling on Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu's performance is too eye-catching. When they were worried about casualties, it was Lin Moyu who turned the tide. He alone completely destroyed the plan of the Abyss. Compared with Lin Moyu, others pale in comparison. There's not even a bright spot to be found. There are only a dozen people, and they can still say that they are brave. This year's evaluation is a bit difficult to give. What's the problem? Those who fled are all soft-headed. Such people will only be deserters when they go to the battlefield in the future, and they can't be counted on. You can't say that, after all, you are only a teenager. Lin Moyu must be excellent, let's discuss it with others. A few top experts determine the future of all candidates. If it were before, these candidates would be the arrogance of heaven. The champions of each province are rare geniuses. But this year, because of the existence of Lin Moyu, the performance of these people is a bit unsightly. People die more than people. You have to throw away the goods. Lin Moyu is like a shining star, completely covering up the existence of others. After much anticipation, the final results were finally announced. A huge light curtain flickered in the air. 1. Lin Moyu, points, 34605, evaluation, excellent. Lin Moyu's name is impressively ranked first. Wow! The audience was in an uproar. Lu Yun jumped up, his old face was so excited that he was about to have a cerebral hemorrhage. First, champion, champion. Lu Yun's fingers trembled, extremely excited. His students won the provincial champion in Jiangning Province. For Lu Yun, it was a great honor. Old Lu, congratulations. Lao Lu was really big this time. A provincial champion is enough to boast for 10 years. More than that, 20 years is enough. In the past there was Su Qianxing, last year there was Lin Moan, and this year there is a provincial champion. Shihai #1 Middle School is now completely famous. Xia Shui smiled and congratulated Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu, you really won the provincial champion. At this moment, it was rare that Xia Shui was not unconvinced, and it was rare that she didn't want to compete with Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu smiled slightly, thank you. At the beginning of the 5th round of testing, Lin Moyu already knew that the provincial champion must be him. The results were indeed as expected. When the results were announced, he still felt a little excited. Xia Shui looked at Lin Moyu in surprise. You can laugh. You look pretty when you smile. Why don't you usually smile? She looked like she had discovered a new continent. The results of the 2nd place also came out. 2. Xia Shui, points, 7600, evaluation, excellent. With Lin Moyu in front, Xia Shui's results did not cause much sensation. Xia Shui was also rated as excellent. Lu Yun was excited again. Several principals around him cast envious glances. Not only the #1 pick belonged to Lu Yun, but even the 2nd place belonged to Lu Yun. This is too enviable. 3. Feng Xiu, points, 6700, evaluation, excellent. 4. Zuomei, points, 6325, evaluation, excellent. 5. Wang Zihao, points, 6300, evaluation, poor. Wang Zihao's complexion changed drastically, and his evaluation turned out to be poor. As soon as this evaluation came out, he had no chance with Xiajing Academy. Not to mention Xiajing Academy, none of the top 20 institutions of higher learning in the Xinxia Empire would want him. Why? Why give me bad money? It's not fair, you're not fair. Wang Zihao finally couldn't bear it anymore and roared angrily. Suddenly a ray of light fell on Wang Zihao, and Wang Zihao disappeared instantly. Wang Zihao violated the rules of the examination room and will be expelled.